All right, 20 things coming with Naxxramas patch in Classic WoW. Okay, this is actually something I'm interested in. Oh my god. Oh my god, the hardest raid of all time. Literally impossible to do. Nobody could do this raid. Look at the challenge.
release date for Naxxramas has been announced for December 3rd, and the non-raid stuff for the 1st. And so Shadowlands for November 23rd. Both right.
I just don't... Why are they fucking releasing it on December 3rd? Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to do that? Like, I cannot believe it. Like, why? It makes no sense, man.
Near the holidays, and people are pissed. But such is the natural state of the World of Warcraft community. As you know, the game has proven itself to be extremely difficult thus far.
Of course.
So many people are preparing ahead of time, and in this video, I want to give you a preview of what to expect from the final phase of Classic. We'll talk about consumables, buffs, items, spell ranks. There's a lot to go over, so let's just start with the Scourge invasion.
Alright, let's see it.
Azeroth is under siege by the Scourge. The following zones will come under invasion by a group of undead. And if you spend some time defending them, you can acquire various rewards, such as gear, best-in-slot weapon stones and oils, and reputation.
Dude, it's crazy for me to see this again. Like, again, I started playing WoW at this exact time.
Mobs drop items.
This is right whenever I started playing WoW, man.
Which serve as a currency for new items. You turn them in via quests to the Argent Quartermaster in the Light's Hope Chapel. Starting with the most important here, you have new oils for spellcasters and sharpening stones for physical damage dealers.
Those are
they
fucking
cost 8
badass.
runes each.
Wait, actually, what do they do? 100 attack power versus undead? That's fucking insane. Holy shit.
Must for those precious parses.
Yeah, dude.
There are many sets that have bonuses to undead, which are also really good. They're going to be a must for many people, so make sure you get those.
That's really good.
A unique
I didn't even
tabard
realize
can
it
be
was that
purchased
good.
with 10 runes, which is important for collectors,
shit.
as this will be no longer available after the event's conclusion, until the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, where they recreated the Scourge invasion event. And new materials will drop from all over the game.
Jesus,
Bone
dude.
fragments, Crypt Fiend parts,
I forgot all about this shit.
and more. You can farm these.
Yeah, I forgot all about this.
NPCs at the Light's Hope Chapel for special insignias, and you then use these insignias to complete a blue and purple tier quest, which give you the rewards that you see on screen.
Let me see here. Wait, 1 second. Let me read these. Are these any good?
Quest, which give you the
So there's a necklace that gave 18 spell damage. These bracers that are basically just
rewards
garbage.
that you see on
this trinket, healing,
screen.
who gives a fuck?
I'll also
purifier. Oh yeah, I think this is the gun that I wanted to get.
I have these linked in the description.
That necklace. Damn, these suck. Wow, these are fucking terrible. Oh my god.
Description. The amount that you
what
need
a bunch of trash.
Both quality and your reputation with the Argent on. There are also new leg and head enchants for Shadow and Frost resistance.
That is cool.
You turn in 10 insignias of the Crusade and 30 gold each for an enchant, with Frost in particular being more useful for Naxxramas, but both useful for PvP sets. And over in Zul'Gurub, you can also get 10 nature resist to head and legs by turning in Arcanums.
That's
the
cool
same
too.
NPC that you turn in idols for your class quest tokens.
I like that. Obviously, I wish that in a way, I wish they had that back in the game. I would have loved to see like different types of enchants and stuff like that in the game again. It's very unfortunate that we don't have it anymore. But, you know, that's the way it goes, I guess.
You can also get insignias indirectly through Craftsman's Writs,
Yep.
which you get by turning in Argent on Valor tokens that you get from turning in those Scourge stones. You get a random quest to turn in the following trade goods for one of each token. But honestly, just looking at the prices on my server, this is going to cost you a ton of gold.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking
Getting
money,
into
dude.
the actual raid, though, Naxxramas does have an attunement quest. It is very simple.
It's
just
joke.
a quest in the Light's Hope Chapel once more.
The thing is, like, the attunement is so easy. Like, I feel like the only really annoying attunement in the game is the Onyxia attunement. All of the other ones are completely fine, in my opinion.
You simply pay gold and high-end trade materials to gain entry, becoming cheaper the higher reputation level you have, with Exalted being free. How kind of the Argenton to charge us for saving the world, huh? After that, you'll get a simple follow-up quest to slay some mobs within Naxxramas, and as a reward, you unlock your tier 3 armor set quests. Similar to AQ, you just turn in tokens obtained from bosses, as well as armor scraps that you get from the trash, and also high-end crafting materials. Mooncloth for
It's no big deal.
casters, Cured Rugged Hide for
Yeah,
leather,
it's no big deal.
Arcanite for plate, and so on. So as you can
This is actually like really complicated back in the day. Like, it was super fucking complicated.
imagine, these items saw a slight spike in price.
Is this scuffed
with the
audio? I don't
announcement
know.
of the release date.
Holy
As I said,
shit.
Naxxramas is the Frost and Shadow Resist raid.
Yeah.
More so leaning Frost, and specifically referencing Saffron here.
Dude,
There's no telling
that
how
boss
much
is gonna
Frost
be insane.
resistance players will need to beat the boss. I reckon it's going to be similar to Huhuran, where you can just sort of power through it with minimal resist. But it's important to note that there are lots of new Frost resist items that are coming with the phase.
I don't know if you're going to be able to just power through Saffron or not. Like, maybe like having a couple of pieces of frost resist would be important, but other than that, probably not as much.
By the way, I'd just like to point out here that
Yeah.
what you're looking at is the peak performance of vanilla rating.
Right.
It's not a true vanilla video if 80% of the screen isn't covered in a blended up mess of UI vomit.
Yeah.
The Glacial Set is for tailors, Icebane for blacksmiths,
I'm very
and Icy
excited to
Scale
be able to
slash
make
Polar
that,
for leather
dude.
workers.
Get my
And you learn the
Icebane set
recipes
again.
for these items from an NPC held captive.
Wait,
right
the
here
guy's
the
in
Death Knight
jail?
Wing of the
The
raid.
fuck?
You need 300 in that profession and also revered.
Really?
And exalted reputation with the Argenton before it'll teach you.
Wow.
You can also get the items themselves through quests, much like your tier 3 set.
Holy
By
shit.
turning in a book that it gives you back to Light's
Yeah, I
Hope.
forgot all about this.
You can turn in a number of crafting materials, gold,
I totally did.
and items called Frozen Runes to get the armor. Throughout the raid, you'll find these little runes hidden around. To collect them, you have to obtain an item called the Word of Thong, which drops.
It's going to be obtained in 56 minutes. I think that probably the first group is going to clear Nax in like 2 hours. I would assume it's going to take about 2 hours for the first group to clear Nax, and then after that, the thing is, like, all of these groups, they're already playing Nax already on private servers. Like, they a lot of these like super high-end top guilds make a private server, and then only they're allowed to be on it, and they apply all the world buffs to their characters, and they just run it over and over so they can perfect the raid. So whenever you guys actually see them do it for the first time, it's not the first time. It's like the 30th time they've done it. So you've got to understand that too. You got for somebody never did. Well, the thing is, like, they've already done it before, though. That's what I mean. That's all I'm trying to say. And what if they split into two groups? I guess it depends on every guild. Manos from Apes said about 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours on the first clear would be fucking insane. I think it'd be more like 2 hours, but we'll see what happens.
From trash mobs. Both the Word of Thong and the runes aren't bound.
Yeah.
So you also have the option of purchasing
That's
them
why
from
I
other
have one of
players.
those in my bags.
Only time will tell just how much frost resistance people will need, but these items will always serve a purpose in PvP to
Yeah.
counter bullshit frost mages that two-shot you.
Very fucking
But
true.
speaking of overpowered, Naxxramas holds a new legendary.
Oh, dude.
Atiesh. Or
This was one of the
Atish,
most
whichever you prefer.
badass fucking
It's a
things in
caster
the game,
legendary,
man.
only available to druids,
This is the most
mages,
badass
warlocks,
thing in the game.
priests, and streamers.
Look at that, man.
Each boss has a chance to drop splinters, which when you combine 40 of them, you assemble a frame that gives you a quest to kill Cthulhu in AQ40,
Yep.
and Kel'Thuzad in Naxxramas, and finally visiting Strathholm to cleanse the staff of its corruption.
Okay.
Just as how you saw with
Okay, dude.
AQ20, various spellbooks are added to the
Okay,
game,
dude.
and they drop either in the world, dungeons, or raids. Mages get Frost Ward 5 from the world, Conjure Food 7 from Archivist Galford and Strathholm. Shamans, thank God, don't get another Chain Lightning.
Thank fucking God, dude. Like, shamans are so fucking OP with spell batching. I hate it. Like, do warriors get anything good?
Their Flame Shock 6 from the Pyroguard Emberseer
Shamans?
in the Upper Blackrock Spire.
Who gives a
And
shit about...
Warlocks get their Shadow Ward 4 as a world drop.
Where's warriors?
Rogues get Eviscerate rank 9 from
Okay.
Blackhand Assassins in the Blackrock Spire.
Right?
And the wannabe rogues get Ferocious Bite from the Beast. in
So
the same
literally nobody
instance.
gives a shit about that.
I think something we can all agree
Wait, did he skip warriors? We got skipped. Every other class gets one except warrior.
on with the game is that it's lacking the ability to buff your character out in the world.
Oh no.
Luckily, Blizzard saw fit to remedy this with the tower system in the Eastern Plaguelands.
Oh no.
It's pretty simple. There are 4 towers total, and for each one your faction controls, you gain a 1% damage buff to undead in the zone, and also Naxxramas, totaling 5% if you control all 4. To capture them, you simply need to be flagged and standing on top of it.
Oh, that's
and keep the
such
progress
shit.
bar firmly in control for your faction.
That is such shit. So
that's-
we have another fucking world buff now in Classic WoW that you can't even control. At least like whenever you get into the raid, you're like, all right, I'm here. But then you have to have other people that are trying to be outside of there trying to capture the fucking nodes. Oh my god, man.
That's it for the most major stuff.
Holy
there are a few
fuck,
things I didn't
dude.
mention, such as Silithist, but it's really minor, and I predict that the same amount of people will be doing it in the re-release as they did in the original, which is approximately 0. But wait a second. When you turn it in, you get a 5% damage buff. Well, it's only for 30 minutes, and the Silithist is out in the open. It slows you down.
Yeah,
and you
you're
lose
probably
it
not
from
going to be able to
mountain
do
up, so
anything with this.
I think it's safe to say that this is not part of the world buff meta.
Yeah, it's
just
not
too
realistic to go after
unreasonable
this.
for the classic community. But wait, my pulses are tingling. What if I have a
Oh
horde
my
friend
God,
pick
dude.
up the Silithist and then drag it to the turn in, then I kill him, pick it up, turn it in, and then accept the summon? Ooh, my pulses are hard just thinking about it. There are also some new nature resist patterns.
Dude, the fucking parsing in Classic WoW is the most degenerate shit I can ever fucking imagine. Like, I don't get it at all. Like, it's so insane. And like, the best part about it is, like, everybody's parsing at about the same numbers. You know, it's like you have, like, 3 buttons. There's not really there's not, like, a big fucking skill gap here. You know what I mean? You're kind of just doing the same thing every time. I've never understood that at all.
From the Cenarian Hold and
I've never understood
Silithus
that in any
to make
way.
your Basidius and Huron fights a bit easier. There's also some nature damage in Naxxramas as well, so it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
As for what you can do to prepare, well, lots of stuff.
Will Classic
Obviously,
die after
grinding out
Nax?
some Argent
Yeah,
Dawn
it'll die.
reputation would be beneficial.
Or it'll start dying.
Not just for the attunement, because honestly, with how much gold people have, that's a non-issue, I think.
Yeah, it's not going to be a big deal.
But remember, you get
That's a
that
joke.
discount for the armament quest, and one of them is an 18-slot bag, which I'm sure many people still need.
Yeah, I think that's
If your
obviously
guild
what
makes
everybody
use
would
of
get.
Summoning alts like mine does. Getting those set up now will be beneficial.
Summoning alts,
Preferably
man.
somewhere hidden on
Fucking
PvP
summoning
servers
alts.
with the whole dispelling meta will save you
What we got. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, Classic, I think dying is probably a strong word, but, like, Classic is going to be diminished substantially after Classic, after Nax comes out, because, like, people will know the game is basically over, and so you'll have people that they stop playing because, like, the hype isn't there anymore, there's no new content to look forward to, and so then they just stop playing the game. Like, it's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. That's all there is to it.
a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
Warriors should consider getting that Pagel's Reel from Gazranka.
Yeah, I need to get that. I actually
you
know
use
it,
it for
or I
the
already
Four
have
Horsemen
that.
fight. You need to hit your taunts on this, or it's big trouble.
Yeah.
So using it before taunting guarantees its success.
Yep.
For those exalted with the Warsun Gulch Battleground, some new lakes become available for you, which may be upgrades. And gathering trade materials
Those
ahead
lakes
of
are
time
actually
for your
really
tier
fucking
3
good.
sets will also be smart. Or maybe rather
Yeah.
selling them to other people. Again, check out
Yup.
the full material list in the description. Some consumes will also have increased demand, such as Frost and Shadow Absorb potions, so something to keep in mind there. And something you can farm yourself is Stratholme Holy Water.
I've saved like 50 of these just for Nax for whenever we finally do it. And so I'm totally, dude, I am totally fucking ready for this,
Obtained
man.
from crates within the Stratholme dungeon.
conquering Warsun Gulch?
You deal
Fuck
some
that,
AoE
dude.
damage to undead creatures at
Yeah,
range
fuck
as
that.
well, sort of like a super grenade for only undead. It'll come in handy for sure.
Yeah, for like speed runs or
If you
something
care
like
about
that.
some random neckbeard's opinion, I do agree that with many that the release schedule is pretty dumb. I mean,
Yep.
you have Hearthstone stuff on November 17th,
Yes.
Shadowlands on November 23rd, and Phase 6 on the 1st/3rd of December.
It's so
This does
weird,
happen
man.
quite often between big development companies.
It's so
You'll see
fucking
a Call
weird
of
they do
Duty
this.
And a Battlefield release close to each other, and they try to compete for a limited
Yeah,
player
I don't
base,
understand
but
this
it just
at all.
mystifies me how and why a company would do this to themselves.
Yeah, they're fucking themselves
self-cannibalizing
over.
their own player base. There are a ton of people who play both WoW Current,
Yeah.
Classic, Hearthstone, a mix of any two of those, or
Yeah,
maybe
why make people choose? I don't understand that either. It just makes no sense. Yeah, and there's also Cyberpunk coming out too. And like, why not just wait a little bit longer and bring it out then? It's not like they have to bring out Nax at a certain point. I mean, fuck, the people are gonna, oh wow, they have to farm AQ for 2 more weeks. It's not a big deal.
even all three for some. The
Yeah.
schedule, I think, will hold back the success of all 3 of these releases.
Exactly.
Some people will lose interest
people
in
have to
Hearthstone
choose.
faster than they would have due to Shadowlands.
Yep.
And some people will lose interest in Shadowlands faster than
Exactly.
they would have due to Naxxramas.
Exactly.
Or maybe not as many people will come to Naxxramas since they're busy with Shadowlands. And it's just a huge missed opportunity, I think, to not cover the current game's stagnation with Classic content, and to not cover Classic stagnation with current content.
Yeah.
They should be symbiotic, and instead, they're directly competing against one another.
Yeah.
At this point, I think the community as a whole
Exactly.
just throws their hands up in the air, and any prediction or logic you'd come to expect with Blizzard is about as accurate as a magic 8-ball. But
I think that it's not that they have no prediction, it's that they're so set in their ideas, and they're never going to change those ideas because they're just so set in them. I think that's really what it is. Cyberpunk will not live up to the hype at all. There's no way Cyberpunk can live up to the hype because people are fucking... There's no way. It's like Classic WoW. There's no way Classic WoW could live up to the hype that people were creating for it because people expected Classic WoW, oh, if you play Classic WoW, you're going to cure cancer. You know, they just completely blew it out of proportion. It's going to be a fun game for a while, and then people want to play something else. That's just all there is to it.
The release date is the release date. I personally think that the Classic community wouldn't mind a later date.
It'll be pretty
In
good.
fact, let's do a poll. Do you think it's too early, too late,
Oh.
or just right? Whatever happens,
Let's see
most
what he says.
importantly, just remember to have fun. I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the
I'll
next
see what
one.
people voted for the poll,
Peace.
okay? Give me 1 second. I'll double check this. All right, too warm. Playing Classic WoW makes you realize that you don't want to play Classic WoW. I don't know about that.
Farewell for now.
Let's look at
Mortals.
results.
We hope you enjoyed today's
Yeah.
video. See you again.
Most people think that it's way too early. I feel like why bring it out if they think that it's way too early? We don't link it. I'm actually just curious because I know you guys probably agree with me, right? Are they worried about Shadowlands flopping? Why would they be worried about Shadowlands flopping? There's no way Shadowlands is going to fucking flop, man. There's like a 0% chance it's going to fucking flop. All passes have been fucked since the start. I think that it's been okay. It's been one of the biggest fuck-ups from Blizzard for a while, to be honest. Yeah, I would agree, man. The parses just got hard thinking about it. Jesus Christ, man. What happened to your audio around the 3-minute mark? Mad Ventrilo show. Well, that's obviously what he has to do, right? You talk about Classic WoW and you have to record it with a shitty mic. That's just the way the game works. My heart gets warm every time I hear you narrate. Aw, dude. Look at that, man. I think there's an extremely small number of players that play both games. The only explanation for both release schedules, for me, it just means TBC is that much closer. Like, I feel like we kind of have to expect TBC to come out now at this point. Like, I can't imagine TBC not coming out. Maybe it won't, and maybe it's going to take, like, way longer or whatever, but I think we're going to see TBC come out very, very quickly. Finish the comments. They said something about you. Okay, let me scroll all the way down and see what they said. Let's see. Is there anything here? Here before the bald man arrives. That's great. Thank you so much for making sure that I remembered to read this one here. What's up, dude? Stone Cold. Are you fucking kidding me? He's playing into it now? He's playing into it now. Now I have to deal with Madseason making fun of me too for being fucking bald. Of course, man. Yeah, that's great, guys. TBC is better than retail. I know that a lot of people think that TBC is going to be like super exciting. I actually think TBC is going to die faster than Classic will. I know that might sound crazy, but I think that it will, and here's why. I think that arenas are going to become super formulaic. You're going to know pretty much what's going to happen inside of every single arena super fast. The classes are not really that. There's not really that much depth to the classes in the same way that people might believe that there is. The arena seasons are going to take probably a long time in order for them to complete. And on top of that, you're going to have people all playing the same comps and using the same gear. So you're not going to see as much turnover as you do now in Retail WoW because there's more variables in Retail WoW than there are in TBC. Now, on top of that also, you're going to have the raids that are going to be super fucking easy. Like, let's be honest, the raids in TBC are going to be a joke. Like, they're going to be harder than Classic raids, but that's not really saying a lot. So people are going to do the raids like once or twice, and that's going to be it. And they'll do them every single week, and they'll raid log the same as they do now. But it's going to be even easier for you to raid log in TBC versus in Classic, because in TBC, you don't have to worry about getting your buffs. You don't have to worry about getting world buffs. All you do is you just log on, you get your flask, you use your consumables, and you do the fucking raid. It's way fucking easier, and I think that's what's going to be the case, man. Wouldn't you be able to play more than that? be able to play more then? I think you'd be able to play the game more, like at the beginning, right? If you're trying to do all the raids, because you have more in-game stuff to do in TBC than in vanilla. But after that, it's going to be over. Like, I think that classic TBC is going to be good, but it will probably only be relevant for like a month. And I think that for a lot of players, like, I'm probably only planning on streaming it for like 3 weeks. Like, I'll do the first week and I'll get max level, and then I'll do all my attunements. I'll probably raid on like the weekend that week, assuming it comes out on like a Monday or a Tuesday. And then a couple of days after that, I'll do like arena stuff, do some farming stuff, you know, do some world content, etc. And then I'm gonna have less things to do. Like, nobody's gonna want to sit around and watch somebody run the same arena comp, you know, 500 fucking times, doing the exact same thing, relying on a crit. Like, it's just, it sucks, man. Add in Kale pre-nerf. I think they should do everything pre-nerf. Like, unless it's something that's like just completely fucking broken, I think everything should be pre-nerf, because that's what's going to be the most challenging and it's going to give people the most content. So that's what I'd like to see.